Welcome class 8. This video is in continuation with the previous video of class 8 chapter 7 understanding marginalization. We have already done the meaning of Adivasi people, the traditions and practices they follow, their culture and their languages. Now we are going to study more about Adivasi people, their lifestyles and their development. So to start with, the first topic is Adivasi and stereotyping. In the last class, we have studied the meaning of stereotype. Stereotype is when you create an image about a particular community, and that may or may not be true for each and every person of that community. For example, if we talk about Adivasi people, we have created a stereotype that those people are always dancing, have colorful costumes and headgear. And we always think that these people are backward, primitive and exotic means the people with old thinking and the people who are not at all developed and who don't want to be developed, who are happy with the old lifestyles and follow their traditional practices. They are always looked as they are not at all advanced. So these are stereotypes that the people have created in their minds about the Adivasis. In any school functions, in theatre, movies, we always see them in this way only. Now, as we know that Adivasis were the people who had close association with forest or the people who lived in forest. And we also know that forest were and in fact are the most valuable resource for us and our economy. Since ancient times, we are dependent on forest for many things. Our kings, kingdoms, empires all depended on forest for their livelihood. Even in the present life also we are dependent on forest. Metal ores like iron and copper, gold, silver, coal, diamond, invaluable timber, the kind of wood, and many medicinal herbs and animal products, and are the things which were very important, and we got all these things from the forest. And even the animal themselves, elephants and horses, were the mainstay of imperial army. So there was heavy dependence of people on forest. So as the Adivasi people lived in forest, they had deep knowledge or access to forest resources. As they were the people who lived there, they had deep knowledge of each and everything, that what things are available where. So all the empires and kingdoms, instead of ruling the Adivasi people, they were ruled by them. They were dependent on Adivasi people for many of the resources. This meant that they were not ruled by the large states. Instead, often empires heavily dependent on Adivasis for the crucial access to forest resources. So, in one sense, we can say that Adivasi people had power. But as the economy is changing, as the economy is developing and growing, our government has moving towards industrialization. And with more and more industries and agriculture, the forest resources have been exploited. More of the mining activities have decreased the forest land. And so is the Adivasis' life were also destroyed. Their livelihood was taken away from them. The image of Adivasis were totally different to the image of Adivasis today. Today, we see Adivasis as somewhat marginal and powerless communities. In the pre-colonial world, before the British period, they were traditionally ranged as hunter-gatherers and nomads and lived by shifting agriculture and also cultivating in one place. They used to be hunter-gatherers, they used to live in forest, they practiced shifting agriculture and they cultivate in many places. But now, through economic changes, forest policies and political force, इन सब चीज़ों की वजह से what happened that Adivasi people do not have control and direct access to forest territories. They were moved away from their forest lands. As we have already studied the story of Dadu, he also had gone through these changes. And like him, there were many people, millions of Adivasis who faced these problems.